Hello, hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Laurette, the vintage paper girl. Welcome to my studio. I'm super excited you're here today. I really am, because I made this video once, or I made a video for you showing you these, which I'll show you in a minute. And it was a disaster. It just wasn't a good video when I watched it. There's no way I was putting it up. So I gave up on it and trashed it. So unfortunately, you will not see this project at all. I'll just show it to you. Easy for me to tell you how I made it. You know, we can kind of go over it just a quick bit, and then we'll move on to today's craft. So I had to grab something so I could show you how I made it. I just realized I didn't have that because that's not the one I'm doing today. But so I feel bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. So what I'm going to do is, before I get going, as you know, I like to show you what I made before. Now, these are all completed. And in my last video, these were those hidden pockets with the pretty little, you know, brad and the paper. And it has a pocket here. And then when you put it down on the page, it makes another pocket. So, you know, you got two pockets. So it's a double pocket. And I showed them to you. I'll show them to you in a minute again. But so I told you I wasn't just going to do ladies. I did a rose one. Isn't that pretty? So you can do roses. You can do people. You could do grungy, whatever you want. But you just wouldn't use a pretty pearl if you're doing grungy, right? You do something else. But this is the way it looks on a page. You would glue it down on three sides. Tuck your tag in there. Then you have this little pocket here. So this is how that one looks. I believe this is the one I did in the video, and you can see you have your little writing spot, you have more writing, you have a writing spot there, a tag that goes in here, you put it down on your page, glue it on three sides, and stick your next little tag or whatever you have right there. So that's that one. Then I did this one, and isn't she pretty? She's got a little bit of lace, and everything's vintage, and then you've got this to write on. Is that paper beautiful? Gorgeous, right? So you have writing space, but then you also have put it down on here. You can write on that, and then you put another tag in there. And then we have this one. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, I just love it. Again, writing space, a tag, put it down on the page, tuck in another, you know, you would tuck in another tag under there because you would glue it down on three sides. Does that make sense? I hope it does for those of you who are new. So these are those hidden pockets that I did. And I did this one, you know, in something other than ladies. So you could see, you could use any kind of paper to make these. They're just fun, fun, fun. I loved making them so much. I probably would have made 100. I had to stop myself. Literally, I had to say, stop, don't do it. It's getting crazy. Then you remember these lace tags that I did before. These are the Tim Holtz lace tags that I did. They were made out of time cards. So these are time card tags. Okay, so there's these three. Now, what I decided to do was to make some lace edge tucks. And these are all lace and goodies, and made similar, or the very same way. And it can go on the edge of a page to where you see, you know, the lace. You can leave it hanging out and make that a long tab. You can glue it on tight, you know, and it just decorates a page. Or you can just glue it down in three places, and you can tuck, you know, a card or something underneath there to stay in, you know, so it doesn't fall out. So it's a tuck spot, what we call a tuck spot. But this is a page edge tuck. And I made that one, and it's made from scraps, just scrap paper. I always have a million scraps when I'm done cutting, and I hate throwing it out because sometimes, you know, the pieces are pretty big. So I just took, I took one of these, and I think I took one of these, and then I took one of those, and I glued them down. Now, I only made the highest is about 7.5 inches, not a full 8. As you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the top. You could make it 8 inches if you want. And then when I did that, I staggered these a little bit, and I just glued scraps all over it, just all over it, scrap lace, which is what I did here. Just tiny, tiny and big pieces, left a little lace edge, glued them on, you know, and created those spots. Now, if you really want to see how this was done, if it really interests you, and I get a lot of requests to make these scrap lace edge pieces, I will be happy to remake a video for you. Just let me know if it interests you. It seems everybody has them, so I just didn't feel like I wanted to redo the video for, you know, like a third time. And then there's this one. Isn't she pretty? And again, I use the Tim Holtz flowers and the paper dolls. These are the Tim Holtz pieces, all of them. All these itty bitty bits are from Tim Holtz. So there's this one. Isn't that pretty? I love it. And it's so pretty on the page. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And because I put lace on the edges, if it hangs over your page a bit, you got some pretty lace on the back of your page. I did a wedding couple. Aren't they beautiful? They're so pretty. All these little bits that I showed you today will be going into the shop soon. I will let you know when they're in the shop. So you can go have a little fun. But here they are. And again, just lace scraps, the pieces. You can see, I just put the 3 pieces. I did round the edges on the back and give them a little bit of ink, just to kind of, distress ink, just to give them a little dimension in case they showed, you know, because see, they're all made the same way. There's a bunch of ways you could put your scraps, but this became a kind of a process for me. And I started with little bits on each end, and I put one long piece here and one long piece here, and then the rest was all filled in with bits and pieces. So that's kind of the process I use. Now, if you want to see these made, let me know, and I will see about doing a video for you. Okay, I just wasn't sure if anybody was going to really be interested, but what it is it shows, see, these make nice companions to each other, a tag and a, you know, tag and tuck. So those are the tags and the tucks I made, and I sell them in sets of 3 is how I sell them. So you have 3 to either put in journals or whatever you want to do with them, right? Give them to friends, whatever. So I'm gonna set those off to the side. I will move this. So today we're going to be making some pretty page pockets. Now, I was inspired by, I think, a little bit French, but I'm going to do mine totally different than she did hers. Well, not totally, but different. I don't remember her size either. So this is just my version of something I saw. I think it was a little bit French. I'm pretty sure it was. So what I did is I have some cardstock, and then I had some watercolor paper. Now, I was constantly cutting up sheets of watercolor, you know, the pads of watercolor paper, and it was pretty expensive. So I found it online in packs of 50 pre-cut. So I did cut this down a little bit more. This is 4.5 by 7 is what I decided might be a good size to go in a journal. Now, it could go in on a page, cover your page, or it could go in a pocket, but it might be a bit big for a pocket. I imagine we could, if you really want like some, hold on a minute, I cut some already, some cute little ones. These are 3 by 5, you know, they would work well in a pocket. As you could see here, you know, it could go into a pocket. I don't know if these will fit in a pocket. Let me see. They're almost as big as the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, you can see they do fit in pockets, but I'm going to kind of make them their own pocket. I think they're going to be pockets. So the little ones would be something that goes in a pocket. The bigger size would be the pocket. So it kind of just depends on what you like to work with, right? So let me get this going here and show you what I've got for you. So how are you guys? Are you good? I hope so. I hope everybody's well and you're having a great fall. We haven't got to fall yet. We're still pretty hot here. Now, I want to use some papers, and the only problem is these are double-sided. I don't want to use a double-sided paper. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong papers. Uh-oh. What could I do? Because I don't want to use a double-sided paper. Are these single? Yeah, these are single-sided. But I hate to use these because they're on parchment paper. Whoops. Boy, I thought I was already prepped and everything. I kind of prepped this in the middle of the night, honestly. I got excited by it. And hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I'm just looking at my printed pages to see if I had something I wanted to use on there. Well, okay, I guess I don't really have any pages printed in white. They're just all on this lovely. Okay, let's see. Well, that might make a good one, and this one make a good one. These are all copies of documents. I want to do 3, don't I? Darn it, I really want to do one of those others, but I really don't want to cut the others up. They are great the way they are. Here's some more. A lot of these are scrapbooking with me. Some of them are my own, so I've got kind of a combination of things here. I just want to see what I have to play with here. Yeah, okay, we'll grab those. That'll work. Crazy, I know. I've got so many papers. It's good, you know, to have them. Okay, all right. So we want to cover these because these are the substrate, meaning the thing that everything gets put onto. And I think I want to just... These are pretty cool. So, okay, I will have to ink that for sure. This makes a cool little page, doesn't it? I like this. So we'll do this. Sorry, my mats are squirreling on me. That's the one thing I have to find a way to keep them from moving around. Guess I could use double-sided tape. But I don't really want sticky on my mats when I change the mat, so we'll see. Whoops, I didn't mean to cut off all that yummy edging, but that's how it came out, right? Kind of like this over here. It's quite neat. Let's try this. So what's happening? Anything exciting? Thank you for all your last comments. I haven't had time to... Oh my gosh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted that 90. Yikes. Yeah, you could tell I'm just great with this, can't you? Okay. I may go over to the cutter. I'm not happy here. I am having no luck. It's because this mat is slippery. I'm going to try cutting it on top of the pile of papers. I'd have more luck, I think. Yeah. All right. Well, that's not my best work ever. I had a little 90 I could use on something. Okay. All right. Because I didn't want to pre-do this without you, so I wanted to... Let's do just... This is just a lightweight, probably 65-pound cardstock. And we're just going to cover that cardstock. Now... You're probably going to think I'm nuts for putting a mat on a mat, but I am going to... This has a front and a back, and I'm trying to decide what's the best side to write on, because one side's a little more shiny than the other. And I'm going to glue stick it on and see how we do. Sometimes the... craft cardstock's very slick on one side, so sometimes it does not like the... Oh, that has a date on it. I really want to keep that date, so maybe we'll go to this side. Come on now. Can you tell I seem to be uncoordinated today? I don't know what's up with that. Stop. I want to get that date in that corner, but I need to get this on straight enough. Glue stick is not my favorite, I'm going to be honest with you. I use it, but I don't love it. I'd rather use Fabri-Tac or art glitter glue. I am not a glue stick girl. I use it because it's convenient. It works pretty well most of the time, but I was trying to leave kind of a ragged edge over here, but I don't really like all of that mess right there. Okay. If I give up, it's going to be neat. So much for it looking old, right? All right. Let's go like that. I want to move around. Oh, I have on the phone. Ignore him. He's got such a loud voice. He forgets it carries up here. Comes straight up. Sometimes he's sitting literally right below me in the kitchen or in the TV room, the family room, and his voice travels. He doesn't realize it. I always have to remind him, I'm making a video. Hello. All right. Good guy, but forgetful. He has a big voice anyway, and from working on trucks his whole life, big heavy-duty equipment mechanic, supervisor, he's got some hearing loss. So not that he needs a hearing aid, but there's some diminishment there, so I don't think he always hears himself. Or me. Okay, it's not... Oh, it sounds like our daughter's on the phone. I hope everything's okay. She's having some issues again with the neighbor. Had to get a restraining order. We'll see how that goes. Don't know if it's been served yet or how. I don't know the process for that, so we'll see. But we're on it. Okay. Let me get glue. Probably what I should have used the first time. But glue stick covers such a big area, you just think, oh, it'll be great. But I never do well on the corners. It's a me thing. Let's see. Yeah, the radio. We have a Bose Wave radio that we've had, I guess, according to them, 20 years. Well, it finally gave up the ghost. My husband can't understand why. 20 years is a long time. We thought we only had it at about 10 years. And they said, oh, no, our records show you bought it such and such a date. You've had it for 20 years. It's like, what? Really? Yikes. We tend to keep everything forever. We're those people. We try to buy good stuff so it'll last, right? And it does. But then we're always shocked when it doesn't. Okay, so we have a lovely, lovely... I want to prep them all. So let's do that first. I think is the best way. I want to put the... Oh, I do want to put that on there. That's so pretty. Unfortunately, we're going to lose the 1800. No, we're going to go the other way. All right. Maybe this time... Yeah, it's really shiny on this side. Wow. Let's try this time. We'll try different things on it and see what sticks the best. Probably on the watercolor paper, I will use Fabri-Tac because it will get into the nooks and crannies and crevices. But sometimes there's a lot of texture. I don't find my glue sticks. I mean, I have an awesome glue stick, one of the best on the market, really. But sometimes it doesn't get it all. Now, you do want to do this to move the glue around, especially the art glitter, because sometimes when you draw lines with your art glitter, it will come right through your paper, and you can see the lines that you drew with your glue. So, put that on there. I want to see about ripping this off. I think that's just going to come off if I do that. And I can't see it through there, so I guess we're going to have to cut it. All right. I haven't made these before. I didn't do I didn't prep and, make a sample beforehand. Now, I do before I want to ink this. I definitely want to round the corners. As you know, it's my thing. I'm just using the 1/4 inch because I don't want a great big curve on these. I just want a little curve. Now, I noticed one of these in the back here didn't get it. Yeah, right here. That one didn't get it. There we go. I wanted to fix that. I saw that when I flipped it over to ink it. I mean, look how old that looks. Yum. And it's just a copy. I wanted to get the paper on this side. And a lot of times when you rub your, oh, look at that. That just looks old, old, old. Let's see what we can do with this one. Oh, yeah, yummy, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm going to have to let my husband know I can hear him, because maybe even if you can't, he's distracting me, because I'm wondering what he's talking about, what problem he's handling. So anyway, I thought it was he might be talking to the Bose people, but they told us, no, you're just going to have to buy a new one. And they don't make them anymore. So we got to find a company that has an alarm radio that we can use. We don't use an alarm much, but you know, we're retired. But every now and then we have somewhere we have to go. We have a doctor appointment or something, and we have to make sure we're up. Not that we sleep all that much, but you know. This one's cool. It doesn't really, now as soon as I say that, I'll find a date, right? It doesn't really have a date, so I think it'll be okay. Now, I'm thinking, do I want the number side or do I want that side? I kind of want that side. So I think what I'll do, I don't want all this blank space here. Yeah, see, that one just ripped beautifully. Why does that happen? Okay, so this one, I'm going to put some of this back. I've got stuff everywhere here. This one I'm going to use. Now, this is the watercolor paper. It's more smooth on one side, so it's probably better for, writing. So I'm going to go ahead. Well, I was going to make these a pocket, right? So, sorry, you can hear the nib on there. It's kind of noisy, isn't it? But I'll try not to do it so much. You might want to turn the sound down for a minute. Some people, this would make them nuts. It's bothering me, and I'm doing it. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Sorry. Sorry, sorry. Sorry. Remember that game, Sorry? That was one of my favorites growing up. I loved Sorry. There's a couple of them. I liked a couple games. I wasn't a game girl like my sister, but I liked a few of them. Now, when you put this on, it sinks down into the paper, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a texture. Cool. Who knew? Alrighty. Again, that's watercolor paper, and I just bought it on, I'm pretty sure I got it on Amazon. And you get these little pre-cut pieces. I wonder if that would be something to have in the shop. I don't know. Does that interest you guys? Have pre-cut? Like, I think these are 5x8 or 5x7. Yeah, I think these are 5x7. I mean, because you have to buy it a lot. It's either 50 or 100 pieces. Now, who wants 100 pieces of watercolor unless you're a watercolorist, right? But I use them for cutting things. Let me grab one. I want to see something. Oh, one of them has 60 sheets, and one of them has 50 sheets. So I have plenty, but if we wanted to put those in the shop, oh, I wanted size. Yeah, duh. Hello. Pay attention, Laurette. Oh, it doesn't say. Alrighty. Well, I have a full sheet. We can measure it. See if this is something you guys want me to carry in the shop. For those of you who shop our shop, who shop the shop. Sorry, I did that away from you on purpose. Okay, so it comes, this is how we would sell them. Maybe sheets of 10 or something, so you could have, that's a weird size. 5x6.5. Did I pre-cut that? Maybe I cut it. I don't know. Your friend's losing her mind. I'm going to grab another one just to make sure I didn't cut that already. Well, yeah, 5x7. 5x7. I must have cut that one. Sorry. 5x7. I'll put that off to the side because I can't use that one. It's dirty. So, I mean, it'll be good to cover, but it's not anything I would want to use otherwise. So, 5x7. Sorry. Lordy, does that, I mean, so does those of you that shop in our shop, does that interest you where you could have watercolor paper to play with for as a substrate or to emboss on or ink on or play with? If it interests you, let me know and we'll get them for the shop. There's a bunch of different weights. I really like this particular weight. It's got very good substance to it. It's a, excuse me, the hiccups, you guys. I'm so sorry. It's heavier. I have one that's a little bit lighter too. So I have 2 different weights of this. And then when you add paper, oh, it's yummy feeling. It feels good, right? It feels really good. So this one, I didn't really edge it, make it look really old, but you know, that's easy to do. I've got a new ink dauber, so it doesn't have a collected amount of ink on it. I have to keep re-inking it all the time. And then once the ink builds up on the little pad. Oh, somebody asked me, sorry, I didn't get back to you because I haven't had time to answer questions or comments, but I will. Hold on a minute. Give me a second. Okay, so I was talking about this in one of my last videos. This little dauber that's on here, when it gets too much ink in it, it starts shedding. I pop it into one of these little bottles with water, and I usually use a distilled or a clean water. And I put it in there and let it just soak in there until I get the color I want, or it starts to get really icky looking. I don't leave it in there for days, like no more than a few hours a day or a day. And then take it out and throw the old ink dauber pad away. She said I was off camera, and she's right. I went back and looked. Sorry about that. Because it was just something I was showing you real quick. It's how I dyed a bunch of papers. And so, because I just sprayed it on there and let it dry. And because you're misting it on, you're not soaking the paper, it dries pretty quick. So I use the little old daubers from my ink thing. Now, most people have this dauber, and you can do it in colors. Like if you have different colors, you can make different color, your own spray. It is not opaque. It's not solid. It's a sheer color. If you want it solid, then you could add drops of the distress ink to the water and create a deeper color, or 2 or 3 pads. Like I have a bunch of these. I may fill this up and add a bunch of pads to it and see how dark I can get it, right? So that's I want to answer your question. Thank you for asking. But this is what I used and what I soak. So when these get old and yucky, I don't throw them away. I make a spray out of them. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. Now, that was a gold one that you saw there, gold ink that I use periodically. So, and this is the Distress Vintage Photo. So Distress ink. I don't know about oxides. I don't think oxides would work, but somebody may have done it and they love it. I don't know. So if someone else says, yeah, you can do it that way, then you probably can, right? So I'm going to just lightly ink the back of this. If I wanted to use it as a card, I think I'm going to use it as a pocket, but we'll see. Now we have 3 ready to go. I'm going to move the papers and the scraps off my desk because I don't need those right now. Oh, I do need the lid. Okay. I'm going to move those off my desk. They will go into my scrap paper. And like I said, these are 4.5 by 7, I believe. Yeah, 4.5 by 7. I kept the height because they will fill up the whole page. So this makes a good pocket. We're going to do these as pockets. These we could do as filler, and I may go back if I have time, but I doubt I will because, you know, it might just take forever. Now, what you want is a fairly wide lace. If you have laces, you could use whatever you want as a band, but I want something fairly wide to make a pocket out of. So I'm looking to see what I have in my lace packs. I have a lot of lace packs. So let me see. Oh, here's some wider ones. I'm thinking I want a darker color. Ooh, that's really wide. That would make a really wide pocket. But that's not a bad idea. We can do that on one. And maybe do that on another. We could do different colors, I think. And, oh, I love that. Okay. Oh, these are lavish laces too. So a lot of this is lavish laces. So I buy her stuff, and she doesn't have a lot of this anymore. Some of it. I think I like that better than that light. Oops. No, don't. Okay, put that in there. Okay, I also got a new order from her. Let me see what I have in my new order. That would be pretty, and this is pretty, and this is pretty. Okay. Okay, let's see what I've got going here. All right, so what I want to do is I want to create a lace pocket to go on here. And I think I'm going to wrap my pockets because I want to get full coverage. I also want to get it tighter than I normally would. So I want to wrap about a quarter maybe. Okay. I'll have to figure out which box that goes in and put it back so I can find it again. Yeah, I think it was in here. Yeah, these had to be lavish laces. They have to be. Just how beautiful they are. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. I'd almost bet my socks. Okay. Now, is there a right and upside down side? Not really. I'll go either way. I like that. So what I'm going to do is because these are pockets, oops, I don't think I'm going to need it on the bottom, just on the side. And I am using Fabri-Tac. Any kind of a fabric glue or some of the other glues work, but you just have to use more of them. And you want to pull it on there pretty tightly. Okay, I'm going to go like this. Okay, so then I'm going to put a little bit here because you want to close the bottom of your envelope, of your pocket, right? You don't want it. I am pulling it tighter. Okay, we're going to let that one dry. We're going to check this one out. Sorry about the snuffles. I don't know what's happening today. I guess I'm having a bad allergy. I took my allergy medicine, used my inhaler, but weather's changing. Back and forth, back and forth. Make me nuts. Honestly. Doesn't take much, right? Well, one day it's 90, then it drops down into the 40s and 50s at night. So we're getting that weird back and forth weather we get in California. That's our fall. 90 in the day, cold at night, which is fine, but my sinuses cannot figure out how to feel about anything at the moment. I don't know if this is how the gal that I saw, I think it's Rhonda, and a little bit French. I'm terrible. I'm always used to know names like I'm total recall, but lately it's been tough. But I keep doing videos so I don't lose my ability to speak. Guys, just please be patient with me. Oh, and someone asked me what this little tool is. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a wax gem pen. Not positive. Don't quote me. It's how you pick up little gems and things. Because I got it with a set of gems that I bought, these little 3 boxes of gems, and it came with the tool. So it didn't give a name, and I don't know the name of that. So if somebody else uses it, knows the name, but it's a wax tip gem pen. Try putting that in the search box, like on Amazon or something. You should be able to find something, I hope. What I want to do is I want to add a second layer through the middle, right? So that's what I'm planning to do to give it some pretty. I want to put another layer through the middle of that just to make it look really pretty. give it some dimension. That's my goal here. Now this one's going to have a more narrow pocket. Oh, I love these laces. It hurts me to cut them and use them. But that's what I bought them for, was to use them. So I need to just suck it up and do it, right? Oh, I think he's done with his phone call. Hallelujah. Or he's just waiting for something. I don't know, lately we've been having errors in different bills, you know, getting charged for things we didn't either order, or like upping the cost of our services. And my husband always tries to negotiate down. We're retired. We can't pay those exorbitant prices. We don't have a constant source of income. It's not like he can go out tomorrow and, you know, do extra work, do a side job, or work on someone's stuff. He can't. So a lot of companies are pretty good when you say, well, I'm retired and I'm going to have to drop you, and you've been with them forever. They're like, oh, well, we have a retention department. I got a lot of Fabri-Tac on that. Oh, gosh. I'm looking for my... Whenever I am desperate to get rid of some of this glue, I use the hand sanitizer because it just eats right through it like it's nothing. Soap and water doesn't even take it off. Okay, that's better, because it's getting to the point where I can't feel my fingertips and I need to feel what I'm doing. I do a lot of my work by touch. I don't know if you notice. The way I touch things tells me... There we go. Pretty, right? So now... I want to add something to the middle of these. Oh, I see something here. Yeah, this was the European Antique Lace kit that I got from Lavish Laces. Yes, I just want to add another layer. I probably won't wrap this one. I'll probably just put it on and... Gosh, how am I going to do this? Oh, wait. I know. I have the backs of sheets of things, and they work great to keep you from gluing everything to itself. I keep all those, you know, you peel off the back of something, sticky something. So if you do that, it won't stick, and you can put it on. Oops. And then... you don't have it stick to your paper, only to the lace that you want. Kind of having it dotted on, as you can see, because I can't really rub it. Rub it. There's the top side. Some of these, I think this is needle lace. And I don't know if needle lace is done with a sewing machine or by hand. I'm going to say it's by hand. Here. I'm trying not to cut a lace pocket, but get rid of the extra lace on the back. There we go. Pretty. I will leave it sitting there so it dries. I won't use that again. Oh yeah, that's pretty across there. I mean, I hate to put anything on there, but I want a double layer. Oh, that's so pretty. This one right here is my favorite. Some of these only come in set amounts, so you can't say, oh, I want to buy more of that. Not happening, right? All right. Let me get some more of those pieces. A bigger piece by any chance? Well, I do, but they won't fit in there. Guys, I just threw tons of stuff on the floor. My hubby just vacuumed my room for me. I'm going to make sure it's the slippery side so it doesn't glue itself. Oh, I'm working on this one. I'm going to put that right across the middle maybe, or towards the top. Maybe the middle. I just want some dimension. So today it's, oh, play with lace. Why did I cut that with so much on the end? Why did I do that? That just wastes it. I don't want to do that. Kind of like a sewing machine would do. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Okay. Oh, the air conditioner came on already. Wow, it's early in the day and it's on, which means it's going to be in the 90s again today. Yay. But it was a nice cool day for my party, so I'm okay with that, right? First time ever I've had a party for my birthday and it wasn't 110. So, yeah, I'm happy. I need to get some more glue on the edge. And hopefully not stick it to the card. Yeah, there we go. Hubby's outside the door. I wonder if he's leaving me a message. Hope everything's okay. Okay, so this is sort of a brown lace. I don't know what color to put on that. Oh, that's pretty. Just double layers of lace. I know you think I'm nuts, but I think it's really pretty. Yeah, he came up to check to see if I was still making a video. So, oh, guess what I gotta do? Well, you know what? That first one I did might be dry. This one. Yep, it's dry. Oh, but that is not enough glue. All right. Let me see where we're at here. Let me get this. Maybe it's my daughter on the phone. I don't know. Honestly, I really could use some quiet time with no more drama, but unfortunately it's following us with the creep that's harassing my daughter. And that would be Jolene. You guys know who Jolene is. She's my business partner, my best friend, and a Jewel Design. Okay, so how about this guy? Is this dry? Yeah. Yeah, it's almost completely dry. All right, we'll leave that up there for a minute. I'm all gluey again. Oh, whoops, come back here. Problem with gluing lace on lace is you really can't see what you're doing. I mean, it's hard to see if there's glue on it and if you got enough. So you just gotta kind of hope. You know, this summer, I didn't see Project Runway come on. Usually it's on in the summer. Maybe they didn't have it this year. Anybody know? Anybody watch Project Runway? I'm a devoted fan. Probably have to look it up on the thing and see. Well, it kept going to different channels, so... and we do record. We have one of those recording devices because we have a satellite dish. I need to see what time I have left. I may have used up all my time and I haven't even got to the main thing. This is just the first part. There's 2 parts to this. It should be quick, but I am being fussy today. If this is not a good video, you'll never see it. Okay. I think we got enough lace. I'll put all that away later when I have a minute. Don't need that. Put these back over here. I don't know if I need that anymore. I don't think I do. Maybe. Maybe I'll just leave it upside down in the jar until I figure it out. Hold on, let me see what we got for time. Oh my gosh, I have 15 minutes. Oh, yikes. I fussed too much. I apologize with the lacing. I should have had them picked out for each one. I just didn't. I ended up with different papers. Nothing really went the way I thought it was going to go. So what you want to do now is you want to get and cut out some 1-inch circles. I'm just going to double check that's dry. Yep. Dry. That one's probably not. Well, that one's dry. Okay. I can pull these off the table. And now comes the fun part. Now we want to take and make some 1-inch circles. And you could pick any color you want, but I think this is a good color. Cardstock or whatever you want to use. Black, you can use black. And she used something I didn't recognize, so I can't even say the word because I don't know what it was, but I decided I was going to make my own version of it. I'm cutting about 3 circles for each card. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We will go over if we need to finish this project, because leaving it unfinished would be like, well, I don't know what she made other than lace on fabric. Big deal. What's that? Now we want photos. So I don't know if these little photos are too little where they won't work. I will have to see. Like I said, this is my first time. Oh, they're too small. Doggone it. I was hoping they would work. I don't know what these are from. But the idea is to clip out a 1-inch photo of a beautiful face. Okay, maybe. Oh, come on, you. I hope it moved on me. Where did I get those faces? Did they come out of here? Maybe they came out of these. These are the Tim Holtz doohickeys. No, that feels like something that I had, but I don't know what. So what you would do is you would, well, I know what I would do is I would ink the edge because I don't want it to see any white from where I clipped it out. I would do the same thing on here, just in case I don't get it on there very clearly. We're making coins. What we're doing is we're making a coin, a photo coin. And we're going to glue that photo coin right onto there, and one on there, and maybe one on there, like that. Okay? And then it becomes a pretty pocket that you can use in your journals. All right? So I have to see if I have any more that I like. She's cute. She's a cutie. Can only use a single face. Okay. Now, I did buy Tim Holtz's new ones, but they're bigger. And I don't think they're going to work on any of these because they're bigger. Oh, yeah, I can. It takes up the whole thing, but yes, I can. Okay, it'll work. All right. Isn't she darling? And then let's get, she's got a cute little face too. All right. So we'll glue those on and we'll get one done. That way you could see how it's supposed to look when it's completed. For me, I would probably add more to this, maybe pearls or bows or something to zhuzh it up a little bit, but we'll see. It's the paper behind it gives it some dimension, makes it sit up a little bit. So let's see. I don't want this glue. I think this is not the right glue. Let's go with this one. Now, one thing we could do is the little acrylic bubbles that I use all the time. These would be cool with acrylic bubbles on them. Yes, these would be adorable with the acrylic bubbles on them. And for those of you who are like, what? Hold on, I'll get some. Yeah, these are epoxy stickers, clear epoxy stickers, 1 inch. I don't know if we have these in the shop or not. I don't know if this is something you guys are interested in. Let me know. Because you have to buy a lot, hundreds of them. You can't just buy a few. Unless you're going to use them all the time. And I mean all the time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Push them on there pretty good. Takes a bit when you're learning to work with them. You got to keep your fingerprints off of them. Otherwise, your thumbprint or fingerprint is on everything. And then you can go around with your dauber to make sure you're getting all the edges. You can either leave it like that, or you can do these clear epoxy. I want to see how the epoxy stickers would look. I mean, we could sell sheets of these for you guys if you want. Let me know. Got to ask me if there's something you see us using that you would like us to carry in the shop. Just let us know. For those of you who shop our shop. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is our shop that I'm talking about. Design, Journal, and Supply on Etsy. And in every video in the drop-down box, there is a place to tap and click to go straight to the shop so that you don't have to go looking for it on Etsy because it's a booger to find sometimes. I mean, they all are. And then we're going to put this one right here. And we're going to put this one right here. They don't have to be lined up perfectly because I didn't want to cover a date or anything. And then we have this one. I'll put a little more glue on this one because if you were sliding something in and out of the pocket, it could catch a little. I don't want to lose her face, so I'm going to move it up a bit. And I don't want my fingerprints all over it. There we go. So this is what I was trying to get to, you guys. Very clumsily. I totally apologize. I've been having a rough week, so I'm really happy I got to redo a second video for you, even though it wasn't the one that I started out with, because, you know, sometimes it doesn't go the way you think it's going to go, and you end up doing everything different. So, all right. Let me get rid of this thing. So that's what these are going to look like. I think I might do some of my elegant ladies in there, but these were the 50s ladies, but this says 1881, so I really don't have the correct ladies for that era, but I mean, they could be. And then you have a pocket that you could stick. Do I have anything I could stick in here? Hold on a minute. Anything. Come on, Laurette, you must have something. Anything. Well, let's just say a photo. You could stick a photo in there. You could stick a card in there. Just like that. I could have made that a double band and had one in the front and one in the back. But it looks lovely on a journal page. I will show you. Guys, I made a huge mess. You don't even want to see what I just did. All right. So let me get that in there. So goes just like that on your page. Glue it down. You got a lovely pocket. Or put it in a pocket, whatever you'd like to do. If you're going to use it as a card, you might want to cover this up in the back, you know, with another piece of cardstock. That would really give it some heavy, heavy heft if you're going to use it as a card, like if we're going to use the smaller pieces. So I'll make some more, and then I'll show you. I'm thinking this needs a bow. It's bugging me. I don't know. It needs something else. It's a little too plain for me. Maybe something like that. Maybe a little jewel or gem, you know. I feel like there's going to be more. I feel like I'm going to do some more. So, but this is the base card for those of you, if you like just a simple, easy project, you want it to be very neutral. Of course, you could do this in colors. You can add whatever you want. It doesn't have to be lace. It's totally up to you. But you get the idea of our little project, our little lace pockets. Aren't those fabulous? I just love them. I think I can see where I'm going to be wanting to play with these the rest of the day. So I want to thank you all for coming along and watching with me. I hope you have a wonderful day and a fabulous weekend. And I will see you all very soon. Hugs and kisses, guys. Bye-bye.